All right, good morning all. Welcome into the show here. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but I like to watch Joe from Craftsmaster Journey in the mornings with my coffee. My actual coffee and craps now is I watch Joe have some coffee, I play along a little bit, and then I kind of get myself ready for the show. He's on a heater. Actually, Joe hit the small, on this last shooter he's on, hit the small twice and just hit the tall. And so when he hit the tall, I'm like, I'm coming, here I am, I'm coming. So he's doing good. Are you Gary from 555? No, that'd be Greg from 555 Craps. Greg is our good friend. I haven't seen Greg in a while. I talked to him over text, but I haven't seen him in person in a while. Anyway, hope you all are doing okay today. Let's see, we got a couple things to go through. Oh no, what happened there? A couple things to go through here this morning, and then I'm gonna beg off a little early here because I got something fun to do. I'll show you about that in a minute, but here we go. Let's jump into the stuff here and make sure that you all remember the basics. The basics, right? Have a goal. I was talking to David at Casino Quest about this yesterday. He and I are going to do a little webinar this week, or not this week, in 2 weeks. We're doing a webinar. He, me, and Alex are going to do a webinar on why strategies matter. And I'm trying to frame it in this way, right? Strategies matter, but having a strategy that doesn't match your goal and your bankroll is lunacy, right? You've got to know, like, what are you going there for? And again, I think sometimes it's cool to go there and say, look, today I'm going to go and I know I'm on a cruise ship, or I know I'm at a party, or I know I got friends in town, and we're going to go to the casino. We're going to play for 4 hours, have some dinner, play for 4 hours again, right? Okay, you got to log 8 hours at the table. So you can't go out there with $1,000 and go 3:30 inside and expect to last 8 hours. It just ain't going to happen, right? So strategy is important to be a good quote-unquote strategist or a good player. But if you're going to play that way, you need bankroll to make that last, right? Or pick a different strategy that matches your bankroll and your goal. It's all that stuff ties together. I think that people don't realize that. They have their ways of doing things, and you got to be okay with sometimes 44 inside's my game today because I got to go 8 hours, right? Or sometimes you say, hey, you know what? I'm here to make $100 and go the hell home. Now I'll go 3:30 inside and take my hit and get the hell out of here, right? You've got to be able to match that together, right? Again, it's filtered through the lens of risk, right? What kind of opportunity do you want? Do you want a long run? Are you looking for a short run? You're looking to, detect a bad table and boogie, right? All those things matter. And again, when you watch me and other people on our shows and you're playing in Crapsy, start remembering the filter, right? Use the filter, have a goal, understand your bankroll, know your risk and be in touch with it, right? Identify when it's time to leave, when it's time to lean all the way in and get it done, right? Have a strategy that matches it all. Keep your brain in check. Emotions and mindset are huge, right? We talk about discipline a lot. If your emotional control is 0, you're going to break discipline, right? If you get too high and too low with the wins and the losses, you're going to break discipline, right? That's hard. That's the hardest part of all this is those last two things, right? Emotions and discipline are so hard to keep in check. And they really do tie into here, right? And your brain just keeps it all together. So anyway, I like to remind you every day of this stuff. It's to me, it's the most important things that I ever talk about. And I have to repeat it every day because if I'm going to be the voice of reason, here's the reason, right? I guess I'm not really the voice. Jeff is the voice, but you know what I'm saying. All right. So today's show lines up like this. We have a daily dose of DI. I will be talking a little bit about really, and I want to get your questions, right? So those of you in chat here, and there are, how many watching today? I'm going to go check the stats. We have 22 people watching so far. Joe, by the way, is still rolling over there. He's still on the roll. What's he got? Let me go check my phone here. Joe is just, he's on roll like 90 of this shooter. I can't even tell where he's at. Hold on, I got to do this here. Can I zoom in? Roll 66. Is that one shooter? Yeah, he's on roll 67. I think it's one shooter. I'm not sure if it's the full day or if it's this shooter, but he is killing it right now. Holy crap. Anyway, I'll keep the phone here so I can kind of monitor his progress. Anyway, today's Daily Dose of DI, I'm going to talk to you about what you want from me and from others, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I was watching again last night our friend Will from Advantage Player Workshop. Really good channel, really great guy. We've talked a few times on the phone and over text and stuff. He's a good dude. I really like the way his channel's put together. It's different than everybody else, right? He throws a session and he has like a little timer clock going so you know that it's all live and he shows you the results. But not like me or Joe or George. He doesn't really talk through the session while he's shooting it. He just shoots and then he voiceovers later what he wants to talk about. So you get to watch him shoot, but he gets to talk about something else. Like the shooting is like almost like B-roll background. It's really cool the way he does it. Anyway, he's been focusing a lot, and we were talking about this over privately. Like, hey, I want to know, as an advantage shooter, right? You whatever, you're dialed into the way that you shoot. How do you bet, right? What are you seeing in your dice that makes you either change a bet, move a bet, pull a bet, press a bet, right? How are you reading what you're doing, right? If you've been throwing the dice for 7, 10 years, whatever it is, and you see XYZ thing happening, what are you doing differently? Me, I'm Hail Mary, right? I'm just like, I'm hoping I don't get a 7. I'm still in that mode, right? And that's all I can hope for. He's like, thinking that he can actually hammer stuff, right? So what is it? That's what his later shows have been about. Now, whether you believe in DI or not, it's, I think, interesting to hear him get inside of his own head and kind of pull out some of what he's doing. So anyway, get on his channel, check him out, Advantage Player Workshop. Quick personal note I was putting out here. Yesterday I got the notification. I was in California. When was that? A month ago? About a month ago. First part of February. I was in California for a week. I was filming a series of courses for LinkedIn Learning. The first of those courses dropped last night. None of you care about it, I'm sure. Maybe a few of you do. The course is called Data Modeling in MongoDB, which is, it's boring for most of you, but I know there's a few of you out here that work in IT that'll probably get a kick out of it. So you can watch me teach nerdy computer stuff. There's 2 more courses coming out in the next month over there, and I just got signed up to film 2 more courses. So I'll have like 6 courses out there pretty soon. So doing a course in React architecture. I'm doing another course in AI-driven database development. So those are coming through LinkedIn Learning. If you're in the IT space at all, let me know, because I can actually, and some companies prepay for LinkedIn Learning. Let me know. I can get you a 30-day free trial over there. Just, I give you a link and you can just go sign up and you can watch my stuff. But LinkedIn Learning is great for watching other videos. So anyway, there's that. Anybody notice the difference on the screen here? I got my Casino Quest Nexus logo down the bottom there. I'm going to be retrofitting the screens a little bit this week. I'm going to be going through some stuff, adding their logo, our logo around, and maybe changing the color scheme. Maybe I'll put some gold and some purple instead of the red, brighten things up a little bit. The Pro Craps colors are red and silver and white. The Casino Quest colors are more purple and yellow. So I'm going to start marrying that a little bit. Today, the newsletter goes out. I wrote a newsletter article and put the thing together for David over the weekend. And yesterday, I think we polished it up. The newsletter goes out today. Nexus launches, I think, this afternoon for real. I think we've got, I want to say 15, maybe 10 strategies that you can purchase up there. What we do is we take a strategy like GM Spin, and there's the video you've seen on YouTube of GM Spin, but now we film like another 5 or 6 videos, sometimes 10, for each strategy, like how to play it at different levels, what are the dealer calls, how do you deal it, every aspect of it, along with like a handout and all that stuff. He sells them for like $10. So those are going to go out live today. There's a membership, $25 that you'll be able to do to get all the strategies forever. It's like a high-level Patreon kind of a thing. I'm going to be putting the Horseman up there. I'm going to put the Drawdown up there. So some of the stuff I do will also be available through the site. But my job there really is to get the site ready. So Casino's Quest Nexus at cqnexus.com. The official announcement will be later today. And you'll start seeing changes here on the show. So hopefully you'll dig what we're doing over there. It's basically like a better Discord and a better Patreon all rolled into one. It's kind of like, that's the idea. Dealer training courses will be there too. So you can learn to deal all the games online. I'm actually taking the blackjack course right now. There's a casino down here down close to me here. We don't have in Washington State, unless you're on a Indian reservation, there's no like roulette or craps, but they call them poker rooms, and they have like blackjack and bach and carnival games. So I'm learning how to deal those, and I'll be working down the street here in the next little bit. So anyway, Casino Quest Nexus is coming soon to a computer screen near you. And today we're going to be working on, it's Humpday, right? So we're doing Humpday Hybrid. So we're going to do the Horseman today with a little bit more aggression towards the right side. You'll see what I mean by that. I'm going to run it I'm going to run an aggressive molly within the horseman. So the horseman, a lot of people go, oh, it's a hybrid, it's boring. It's plays to tie. And yeah, early on, you're playing for either super short roll or a tie. But I want to show you today, if I can catch a roll, how it catches a roll. So we'll see how it works. Anyway, that's the plan for today. So as far as the daily OCDI goes, I'm going to ask you some questions here. So here's where I want you to, maybe in chat, do it like this. Give me this thing. Say DI colon whatever your thoughts are, right? And I'll filter those here later on. What I want to know from you is this: what do you want to see more of? So every day, I shoot. Now I can shoot from both sides of the table in the morning with the camera set up. I can do my practice sessions are largely going to be from stick right because I'm gathering stats for over there. But what's more important for you to see? Is it more important for you to see slow motion breakdowns all the time? Like I can get I'm buying new cameras, so I'll have a better slow-mo look from that one side of the table. Is it more important or meaningful to you to see slow motion breakdowns where I can get them, to see how the dice are really reacting? For the naysayers, they're going to say, yeah, more slow-mo, we can call you an idiot. Do you want to see more stats? Right, deeper dives into the stats. We can do more bone tracker breakdowns. Or do you want to see me moving around things? Right, moving around stick left, stick right, hook, and elbow. Do you want to see me doing things from different parts and watch how the throws adjust and how the dice react from different areas of the table? Right. Again, I'm on the journey. Right. I'm not very good yet. I'm on the journey of learning how to do this stuff. Right. So. A, how to film it, B, how to track it, C, how to actually pull it off, right? So where do you want to see me throw from? Do you want to see me dial into one spot and just become a boss at like stick right? Or do you want to see me learn how to adjust as I'm walking around the table? And again, the throwing parts of my show, when I get done with this talk right here and I get into the actual gameplay time, it's going to be about that, right? It's going to be about watching me throw. And where do you want to see it? So counter zero position will be cool because you can't always get the spot 100%, right? I have been the guy, right, that either waits for a spot, right, or if I get a wrong spot, I won't even throw, right, or I'll just be like Randy, just throw him out, whatever, just softy style, right, and not even try because I don't have anything from down there. And I know from when I first started this whole process that the worse I was, or the newer I was, the worse I was, right? My SRR was like a 3 for a while because I was trying stuff. And I thought, man, I'd rather just throw pure, overhand than try and set the dice from the end, right? Now I feel like I can try and maybe learn it. So, okay, that's cool. Thank you for that. All right. While we're going through the show, everybody else let me know. What do you want to see more of? Is Joe still going, by the way? What do we have here? We have 30 people. Joe's got like 25 people still watching him. He's on throw 74. Again, I don't know how his stats work. If he's on 74 for the one shooter or 74 for the day. I can't tell how his system works there, but God, he is going off right now. So I'm watching him and I'm saying, get it done more. I'm just going to keep on texting him during my show. That's what's going to happen. All right. Let's get into the hybrid stuff. So today's going to be a Humpday hybrid. I'm going to play the horseman today a little bit more aggressively. And what that means is I'm going to do like a 2-unit don't, and I'll do $50. I'll do $200 in the don't, $50 come bets instead of hundreds. Instead of going 200 and 100, I'm going to go 250. And then I'll take the other 50, make it odds. So we're going to go heavier right side than dark side. You see, I'm going to try and flip that bit. And then as we win come bets, I'm going to try and transition them into bigger come bets. We're going to run a molly the whole way through. The question comes up all the time with these things. And I talked about this last week. I'm going to try and get Jacob from Wager for This to come on and join me and talk about this as well, which is this. The 74 roller, but I don't know if that's one roll. I can't tell, Tom, if it says total rolls 76 right now. But I don't know if that's 76 rolls, including his first 4 shooters and the one he's on now, or if it's 74 rolls for this particular shooter. I don't know what it is. But he's still going. I mean, I'm looking at the screen and he is still going. So good Lord, man, that's good for him, right? I'll start going soon. I won't even have 74 throws over the course of 3 days, probably, right? Anyway, Back to the hybrid stuff. Hybrids, you know, the people who complain about hybrid players, right, say that I've heard a number of arguments, right? One, you're taking up space on the table because you never win. You're always tying, right? You're taking up a spot from a real player, right? But I think that the way that Jacob explains these things and the way that Skill has come up on this, right, is that hybrid play is a supportive system, right? The line supports the box for a while. It's two separate games. The line is there to support your box play for a minute, right? At some point, the box starts supporting the line and it flips, right? Let's say I've got $200 on the don't, or let's just say $100 on the don't, okay? $100 on the don't. Let's say we got 66 inside, okay? The don't pass is there. If I get an early 7, I make a little bit of money, right, while I'm trying my thing, okay? If I take the 66, get a $21 hit, move the bets to $88, right? Do a 22 inside pressure. And then I take another hit. I'm still okay, right? The don't pass is still bigger than my $88, right? If I get a hit at that second level, right, and I bring all the right side bets down, I've profited $50 and I've got my $100 don't still sitting there, right? I could lock up the profit on the don't. I could let the don't pass right out. I could switch out of right and go full dark, right? Or I could say, you know what? My don't pass supported my right side play. I went 66 to 88 down to 44, right? Now I've got locked profit in the rack. I got my money back plus $5. The don't pass is now clean. It can win on its own, and I make pure profit from it, right? If you look at those two bets as being separate plays and you play them in such a way that this is going to win and that's going to win, at some point they do flush a little bit, right? And you can elect to, like I say, is there ever a time to kill the don't? Is there ever a time when you get the don't pass off and say, look, I made my $50, I made my $100, I made my $500 on the box, whatever your levels are, right? So you know what? The don't pass did its job. It supported me for a minute. I'm going to hedge it off. Pardon me. Is that a thing for you where you want to hedge that don't pass off at some point, right? That's a question. So I don't know the answer to that. I don't play enough pure hybrid to know when do I want to hedge it off, right? I typically don't. I let them both ride themselves out. Maybe that costs me a little bit as we go. So, Dice Dr. Dan, by the way, I'm going to go back to a couple questions. Dan says, DI, said you practice on a table that has different size or more or less balancing the table you're at. Was the DI practice worth it? Yes. I think yes. DI practice to me, I think a lot of or too much weight is put on the bounciness of the tables. I really believe that. I think that's a factor. It's a big factor, but it's not the factor. The thing is this, if you've got good mechanics, right, and you can launch them and land them where you want them, the changes that you make on a bouncy table is where you land them. It's closer, farther, right? It's higher of a throw, lower of a throw. If your mechanics allow you to adjust for all that, right? In baseball, I can hit or golf is better. I can hit a slice, I can hit a draw, I can hit it low, I can hit it high, I can put backspin on it, I can put topspin on it, right? I can do all the things with a golf ball, right? Every single shot, every single fairway, every single hole is different. Every course is different. But I have the tools to adjust. Say, look, this is going to be a fade-friendly course. I got to hit the fade all day long, right? This is a course where it's long and it's a lot of downhills. I'm going to be drawing the ball, getting more topspin, right? I think craft's the same thing, right? It's a bouncy surface. It's a 14-foot table. Cool. I'm gonna throw from a little farther away, a little bit lower velocity, land them in the cum, and let them trickle on in, right? You can do that if you have the mechanics to do it, right? You can make the adjustment. The trouble is getting the dice, right? Your adjustment happens every hour instead of every 2 seconds like it does here at home. So you got to practice. You got to practice and understand what you're able to do, hoping that what you're able to do actually is meaningful in that session. So James Newberry asks this question too: can I show where variance starts to correct itself? Boy, that's tough. We can remember variance never corrects itself, and this is the thing to remember. Okay, I think I did a show on this a while back, and this is an important point here. Numbers don't ever even out. Right, the law of large numbers does not mean things even out. I think that's kind of a mistake that people make in thinking this, right? If I've got a set of 36 rolls and there's 0 sevens, Joe, right now, Joe is, by the way, still rolling, right? I don't know where he's at, but holy crap and crap, he's still going. My God, he's killing it. Let's see. Show your support. Hit the like. I'm hitting the like button. I'm hitting the like button again. He's got a couple of super chats. He's doing great over there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the variance thing, right? So here's the deal. You roll 36 times, no sevens. You're off by 7. Some people say the world is going to correct itself. At some point, you're going to throw 7 more sevens. Like the next shooter, you get 14 sevens instead of 12 or whatever. Right? That's not how it works, right? You could have 100 throws with no sevens, right? You could be 100 sevens off in your first whatever number of throws. It doesn't mean that the next set of throws are going to even you out. What it means is that over the next million throws, if the next million throws are basically spot on perfect within a little bit, the 100 throws that you were off early, they matter less. Instead of it being 80% of your throws were not sevens, it becomes 0.000001% weren't sevens, and it doesn't matter. That's law of large numbers, right? It doesn't really matter, ultimately, right? There's no getting back to it. That's important. So Joe set a new record, 51 rolls. Good for him. That's amazing. That is amazing. Awesome. Really, really cool. So that's how it works, right? Variance it never comes back, right? Things will normalize. So you might be in a weird outlier here, a weird outlier here. There's no way to say those two things cancel. Law of large numbers says they just don't matter anymore. That's how stats work. So anyway, good question, but it's I think people misunderstand that. That's why gambler's fallacy is bullshit. It never comes back. You never do a number. What happened, happened. And over the course of the next X number of rolls, something different will happen. Over the course of 10 million rolls, none of it matters because it's all basically flat, right? It all flattens out, and that's the difference with it, all right? Let's go play some craps. I'm going to go here. We yesterday lost a little bit. We lost $800, I think, playing what did we play? The line thing. We lost money, so now we're 25-8. Win rate went down a little bit. Profit and loss down a little bit. We're still up 13K from the 100. Average win is $900. Let's go do it today. Let's go do it. I'm going to zoom into the table here and give you a lens on what I'm doing. We're going to go, I think, DPCR. I think this is what I want to see today, right? There we go. And look at that. The camera moves, right? I told you I was going to fix this thing. Let's get that guy off. And here we go. Today's strategy, let me get the light turned on too so the table looks a little bit better. Today's strategy is going to be the Headless Horseman. And I'm going to grab $500. Whoa, Nelly. $500. And we're going to grab it this way. I'm going to grab 200, 300 in blacks. And actually, 200 blacks, sorry. 200 blacks? Yeah, 200 blacks. And we're going to grab 300 in greens. 1, 2, 300 in green. And the way this is going to work today is like this. We're going to go $200 on the don't. Now, normally, I go 200 on the don't and 100 in the come. And 100 in the come and 100 in the come. That's the ratio, 2 to 1, right? 200 here, 100 per bet. Today, I'm going to change that up. While I'm talking, I'm going to turn on my Crapsy. So hopefully we get Crapsy to reconnect for us here. Okay. Today what I'm going to do is instead of putting 100 in the come, I'm going to put 50 in the come and save 50. If the bet gets moved to, let's say, the 6, right, we'll use the $50 as odds on it. So we're going to make it more of a right side friendly kind of play today. So we're going to go 2 to 1, but it's going to be half and then odds later on all the bets. That's how we're going to work it today. If a bet wins, so let's take the 6 as an example. Let's say we go to the 6 and it wins, okay? That wins 50 flat, it wins 60 odds, like so. What I'll do with that is this. We'll bring the bet down, and we'll say the next come bet is going to be $75. And when it goes up, 75 in odds. We'll still be single odds. We're going to level it up by 1 unit each time, okay? And we'll take a little bit of money back, right? We'll be actually down a little bit after that move, right? But more money in action. We're going to level up the bets as we move on. So that's going to be today's plan. So with all that said, here we go. $200 on the don't. Whoops, there it is. Here's my rack. You can see my rack, I hope, well enough. Put that behind that in front. Crapsy looks like it is going. Let me go back over here and make sure I've got the right game started. Otherwise, it'll be a mess over here. I think if I go live, hold on, group games. Come on, Crapsy, do your thing here. Group games. Crapsy. There we go. I got to make sure I'm on the right screen. Come on. Okay, the Daily Paycheck. There we go. Okay, Crapsy started. I think there's people playing. There's like a few of you in there. And let's go. Puck is off, by the way. Let me know how the screens feel today, if we can see stuff. Let's hope I get a 50 roller like old Joe done. Here we go, coming out. Let's not have a come out disaster though. I would like to play this thing as straight as I can. Start out with a kiss of death. That's awesome. And we got a 5. 3-2. There's the point. It's going to be a 5. It's a 3-2-5. That's a 3-2 on the roll tracker. And that's all work. Everything's working. Good. All right, good. How does the screen look? Can you see this behind the throw camera kind of coming, the dice coming in? First come bet's $50. I'm going to set these up like this. You can see them. There's 1, 2, 3 for the come bets. All right, here we go. Let's get you going. Again, early 7s don't bother me so much. I'd like to see a long run. It's going to try and like it's still dark side early, but I'm going to try and over-index on a hot shooter. Right? When I capitalize, another capitalize on the repeaters if I can get them. There's a 7, 4-3. So just like yesterday, a quick PSO to start things off. 4-3. Ugly for me and you. Ugly for you, not for me. That'll pay 50. And that'll pay 200. There. It's a 250 profit. Not bad, right? On the first run. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put the profit on this side, and I think you can see that. Okay, I'll put it. It's kind of, I think that's kind of hard to see. Let me get a couple lammers over here too. So we have lammers. Whoops. There we go. All right, coming out. Coming out, new shooter. New shooter, same direction, they say, right? New shooter, same direction. Here we go, 6, 5. Takes a minute for me to get kind of my throw figured out in the mornings. Here we go, coming out. Coming out. That's a better toss, Johnny. 6 hard, 3-3 hard, 6. 3-3, there we go. 3-3. And again, we'll put $50 in the come. 2 units out there. Let's get it set this time, hopefully. And here we go. Oh my God, it bounced off the table. Can you believe that? What a terrible throw. My gravy. I gotta go behind the table by the window and pull the dice off the floor. Wow. I haven't done that in forever on this table. Here we go. Too much of a flat landing for me. Let's try it again. Way too flat. Jeez. Here we go. That's better. Okay, we have a 3-2, 5. 3-2. Whoop. Hold on, the roll tracker didn't reset right. So shooter 34. We had a 3-3 and then a 3-2. Okay. Comeback goes to the 5, and again we're going to put $50 in odds on it. Like so. Next comeback is $50, and here's the odds for it. So we're still at $100 per come bet. The ratio is still 2 to 1. I'm just going heavier on the odds. That's all I'm doing. And I'm going to try and hopefully get some repeats in here and build these guys up. All right, here we go. Pardon me. Good Lord. All right, here we go. Let's get her set. Trying to get a little bit lower. There is a 8 odd. 4-4. 4-4. Okay. Comeback goes to the 8. 50 in odds. Next comeback. A little bit of horseman Molly style here. And here we go. Love for these things to start paying, right? Let's see if we can make this thing actually work today. Here we go. That's a 7 out. That's a bummer. 4-3. Good throw. Good throw, bad result. 3-4-7. We got 2 hits that time. 3-4. And a 3-4. Too short, but that's okay. We made money. The horseman almost always makes money, right? We'll lose the $200 up here. It'll pay down there $200. Okay. The net profit here is going to be this 50. Right. So we end up being okay on that last shooter. You do reduce your wins down here a little bit, but here we go again. There's 1 combat. There's 2 combats. There's 3 combats ready to go, and $50 extra in the profit stack. So we've got our $300 in profit today so far. Our next 3 combats are ready to go. Nothing repeated so far. We've had no combats hit. Whatever. Here we go. Is this the shooter that makes it happen? Is this the guy? Right? We get one good guy every day, right? Maybe this is our dude right here, huh? Here we go. Here we go. Make sure I press the button for y'all. All right, that is a 1 and a 3. That's 4. It's a 4 all day. Let's mark that up. It's a 1, 3, 4. Okay. Get your bets in. I'm gonna drop my first half of a combat out here. We gotta make some repeaters, right? I gotta get the repeaters going. This is BS that I can't get anything to stick, right? Here we go. Man, look at that blue die run all the way down the table. That's aces. Not good. Not good. We'll lose that combat. I'll have to dig into the profits a little bit to make the next combat's odds work, right? I'm going to have to pull out to do that, which kind of sucks. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Actually, I'm not sure if I want to do that. I probably should. To keep the play correct. Okay, here we go. Points 4. Did it again. It's a 5. They're landing most of the time on top of one another. 3, 2, 5. 3, 2. Okay. That'll move up. I'm going to work out of my play stack until I get 3 combats set. I won't dig into the profits until the last one is set. Let's see if we even get that far. Okay, here we go. That's a 5, a 4 and a 1. Is that a repeater? That is a repeater. All right. Awesome. So what's going to happen is this. These come down. That moves up. Okay, that pays like so. It pays 50 flat, 75 odds. Okay, we're gonna put odds back up. I'm gonna come into the come for 75. So the next comeback gets leveled up a little bit. All right, it'll have 75 in odds on it. It's gonna play a 3-point rolling molly from the don't. That's what's gonna happen here. Every time we win, the next bet goes up by 1/4 of what the previous bet was. That's how it's gonna work. Here we go. Hope we can stick with it here and make a couple more things repeat. It'd be so nice. Jen is 100% right, VDT. You have better camera angles when you have permission. You got to make sure that you negotiate that stuff ahead of time, you know, and it's hard, man. The casinos, they're like in a love-hate relationship with this whole thing, right? They want the exposure, but they don't want, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes crap that dictates why you can't film at tables without pre-permission, or whatever you want to call it. There's a lot that goes into that. All right, here we go. We got a 5 and a 1. That'd be a 6 all day. 5, 1, 6. All right, 5, 1. That's great. So 75 up to the 6. We're going to put 75 in odds on it. That's a good bet. And $50 is our next come bet. We're not going to have to dip into our profit to make this next bet, which is great. Fantastic. All right, here we go. Let's have this shooter be a nice repeater guy. That's what I want, repeater guy. Lee Dum, haven't seen you in a while, dude. Good morning. Good morning. Here we go. How about a 4-2? How about a 4-2? Well, that's a 9. Oh, that'll still work. 6-3. Now we got 3 come bets up there. Look at us go. The Molly. 6-3. That's a 6-3. Sweet. All right, up you go with, again, single odds. That's great. So for this shooter, technically speaking, I'm up 1/4, right? If I look at it that way, right, we can keep the 1/4 here. We may need it to press a bet up, but right now we're up 1/4, which is awesome. I like to see that we still have this, right? At some point, we can actually hedge the 4. I can go to the 4 for $150 and lock in a profit on the 4. At some point, once these come bets start paying off, and hopefully they will, this is the question I asked before. Is there ever a time when you're playing hybrid that you say, cool, the don't pass did its thing, I don't care about it no more, right? Bet the 4 for $150. Now lock in a profit of $50 or $100, right? Here we go. Nicer out. That is a 3, AC Deucey. Doesn't matter. 1, 2. That's a 1, 2. Is that the small? That is the small. Look at me hitting the small over here. I'm taking my my inner Joe. Taking my inner Joe out to the table. Hit the small. With no celebration. Nobody gives a shit, right? I want you guys to freak out in the chat a little bit. I hit a small. My God. Let's do it. Let's get the rest of them. Let's get the rest of them. I want to get that 6 to hit. That'd be so nice. There is an 8. All right, that's not helping. It's a 2, 6, 8. Oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't press the crapsy button. 2, 6, 8. 2 and a 6. I'm not on it. We need a 5, 6, or a 9 here. 5, a 6, or a 9. All right, dice are out. Here we go. Fluttery dice. Ugly throw, 7. 5, 2. That was horrible. They slipped out of my hands and they fluttered all over the place. 5, 2, 7. That sucks ass. 5, 2. So we're going to lose money on that shooter. All those beautiful comebacks we're going to lose on them, which sucks. We were so set up to make a lot of money there. That's terrible. But we come out of there with $425 on that particular shooter. Okay, we had profit from it before, so we're in okay shape. We're going to go back out with 200 bucks on the don't. I am going to change these 2 black chips in for greens. 200. I'll fill in the third one from the profit stack. Profit is still 2 1/4. New shooter. That's a real bummer, man. I was hoping that we were going to get one of those come bets to hit a second time, right? Wasn't a good enough roll to get us there. Maybe this is the one. Maybe this guy can get her done, huh? We'll probably go 1 or 2 more shooters. I think that was how many rolls was that one? That last shooter was 9 rolls. 9 rolls, small, but no repeaters, really. Here we go. Coming out. Oh, my God. Come out, 4-3. 4-3-7 on the come out. Not great. I'm going to take 200 bucks out of my profit area. I'm going to reset that bet. Profit's now down to 1/4. Still up for the day, but burning money here, right? And this is not the normal way you play the horseman. Normally you would say, okay, I'm done for the shooter, right? But here we're running a show, so I'm going to run it consistently and let this thing kind of run through there. But normally I think in that situation, I say that this bet didn't do its thing. Will work. Matter of fact, what we should do is that. We should just play it the right way, right? When I play the horseman for reals, this is how I do it. I get beat on the don't pass. One of 2 things can happen. Either you rail dump and go all in on the don't for the rest of the shooter, which is what Ken does, or just play it the right side, right? Either way is really kind of fine. I'm going to go and say, just play the right side. Here we go. Be consistent, right? Coming out. Nice throw. 8. 5 tray. That's an 8. Okay, 5, 3, 8. And here we go. Just going to run the molly all by itself. No protection this time. The don't pass didn't do its thing. So everything else has to just run like normal. Let's make some money here anyway. Let's make some money anyway. That is a 6-5. 6-5. All right, 6-5 That pays 50 bucks. Booyah. Stack it. We'll stack it. And that bet now will have no odds on it, right? The way that we do that, if you stack the naturals, you don't got to put odds. That is your odds, effectively, right? That becomes your odds play, paid for by the house. I could actually hold it here and use it as odds coming up. I may do that. I may even double up the odds. That's what I'll do. I'm going to double the odds up. That's what I'm going to do. Take the profit and double the odds instead of stacking it right there. Let's just go all in. All in, aggressive. Here we go. 7. Should have stacked it. 6-1. All right, another PSO. 6-1. Ugly today. 6-1. Not good shooting. Not good shooting. We'll get 50 bucks for that. We actually made 100 bucks on that shooter, which is weird. There's 300. There's our don't pass. We actually made money on that, and we shouldn't have. Here we go. Coming out, last shooter. I'm calling it last shooter, because I got to get to work here. And maybe one more. Depends how short this. If it's a PSO, we'll do one more shooter. If it's a decent run, we'll go more. But here we go. I want the molly piece to work. I want to see the molly piece get more than like one shot, right? This BS where I'm getting no hits, it's not really showcasing anything, right? There's a 9, 3, 6. But I guess this is a good look at typical craps, right? 3, 6, 9. It's how she goes. 50 in the come. Got to survive all these short 5, 4, 3 rollers to get to the gravy, right? Can you survive the shorties to get to the gravy? And this is how we do it. This is how we do it. All right, here we go. Dice are out. That's a yo, 6-5. So I'll do the same as last time. 6-5 yo. Instead of keeping it, we're going to put it here and make that the odds. We'll have better odds on the next bet coming out. If I can get it set. If I can get her set. So far today, not looking like my best effort here. Here we go. Coming out. That is an 8. Ooh, good one. Good one. I love that. 6-2. 6-2. Great. That'll move up. We have $100 on odds for that one because we had that 11 winner, right? I'm going to use that as the hammer up top. So that's good. Let's make that thing hit. Let's get us a little 4-4 square pair right here, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Here we go. Here we go. 6-5, 2-1. Looking for a 4-4 right here. Looking for a 4-4. I see a 1. That can't be an 8. I see a 1 and a 4. It's a 5. Okay. 4, 1, 5. 1, 4. 1, 4. Good. That'll move up. We'll take our 1x odds. We're going to come back out with our last of 3 combats. And let's get some repeaters today. Let's get some repeaters today. That's the thing we're missing. Usually, I do okay with that, but not today. Here we go. Dice are out. That is a 10. 5-5. Hard 10. Question for you guys in the gallery too. Can you see the dice okay? When I move the dice up into here, are they legible enough to see what they are? And also when they land, can you see the numbers? I don't want to zoom in too much here because it gets blurry if I do, but I just want to know if you can see them. All right, there's the 10. There's the odds for it. Now we're all in. I need one of those things to hit. One of those things has to hit for us to get some money out of this hand. The 2-to-1 horseman's great until they're all 3 set. When they're all 3 set, now this doesn't do much for you unless you get the repeats. Here we go. Looking for some repeaters. Starting with the 8. Starting with the 8. Let's see what we got here. I see a 4 and a 4. That, my friends, is a square pair. 4, 4, 8. First repeater, I think, right? Of the day, maybe. Gee whiz. All right, that'll come down. That's awesome. We're going to get paid 50 flat and 120 on the odds, which is amazing, right? That's a good win right there. And I just dropped my controller just fell, so hold on one second. Hit the cord there. All right, so the next come bet then is 75. That was our base bet. And all this comes back to the rack. This 75 here will be the next set of odds for that come bet. This is profit for the shooter. So the shooter has made a little bit of money, which is good. As long as we can avoid the 10, or the 9 rather, we're going to be okay. Nice. Very nice. Here we go. Very nice. Okay, give me a 5. Or a 10. I'll take either one. 5 or a 10 right here, huh? Oh man, we lost our don't. That sucks. 6-3. 6-3. We lost the don't, but that's okay. I'll give it up in the name of shooting good. So we'll be okay with that. Just gonna move these over here. Okay. That goes to the 9. Puck is off. $75 in odds onto the 9. And let's roll it. Here we go. Coming out. No more don't. The don't pass lost. It's done. Here we go. New shooter. Or same shooter, new point. Odds are always on for me. My odds are always on. 6 and a 2. That's an 8. There's an 8. It did not help having the odds on. It's an 8 is the point. 2-6. 2-6-8. There we go. What do we need here? 5, 9, 10? Any one of them will do. 5, 9, 10. Ah, they kissed. It's an 11 yo. 6, 5. Whoops, I didn't press the button over here. Sorry. 6, 5. The crapsy people. There's only like a few people playing. I think George is playing right now too. So we end up fighting a lot on our show here with not fighting, but competing with George and Brian sometimes at the same time. Everybody goes live at the same time, and it's like, well, you're sort of stuck with who wants to watch you, right? Here we go. Looking for a 5, 9, or a 10, Johnny. Any one of them. Any one of them. Oh, another kiss. Frickin' 7. Damn it. They all go down. That's a real bummer. Real bummer. 4-3. 3-4, I guess. 3-4-7. 3-4-7. Dang it. Only got one repeater in that whole day. Awful, right? How are we looking here? We have 275, almost 300 bucks. We lost 200 bucks so far. Do I have time for one more shooter? I do. One more shooter. This is for sure last shooter. For sure last shooter. Let's go with 200 bucks on don't. I'll need a break of purple to get the rest of the bets out here, but let's do that now. There's the purple. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And 2 blacks. Okay, so we're going to move this over to here. Here we go. First come bet, or coming out, rather, coming out. All right, here we go. Here we go. Nice looking shot. 9, 5, 4. Finally, a good looking throw. It's been, man, today's and yesterday both. I feel like I'm just like in a haze with how I'm throwing. Let me refresh the screen here. It's a 5, 4. All right, let's do it. 50 bucks in the come. Yeah, small. I wonder if Crapsy today, if I didn't put the link in, I might have forgot the link. Maybe that's why Crapsy's so small today. Here we go. Let's get that come bet set. I want to see some good repeaters today, right? Oh man, freaking 7. Another freaking 7, 4-3. Man. Thank God I'm playing the Horseman today, right? Jeez, ugly, ugly, ugly tosses today. It's 200 there and 50 here, so I'm gonna color up just because I have to get to work. I got some stuff to do for Casino Quest. Here we go. Let's color it up here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 425. So let's put the 4 blacks out there. I have 2 blacks in the rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 purples. Bankrolls back. Profit today is an embarrassing 45 bucks, right? We went down, we were down pretty good there for a minute. We did fight back at the end there. That's the horseman for you, right? Your hybrid play, a lot of ties, right? A lot of ties. We had those come bet losses up here that we took twice. We took a full 1, 2, 3, got beat twice on us, right? There's the profit. The Molly today did not work at all. I could not shoot to save my ass today. And whatever, $45 is better than a punch in the face, I guess, but not what I was hoping for when I woke up this morning and made that great cup of coffee, right? Let's come on back and we'll chat it up and we'll close it out. Here we go. All right, so Horseman 2-1, progressive with odds, right? We never got one time. We hit a thing. We pressed up the come bet. It went to the 8, got the 8 for $100 in odds. We hit it. The one time a number did the thing. The rest of the come bets today no repeaters today. I was not throwing good enough to get repeaters today, so we got nothing up there. Yesterday, day before, repeater central. Today, not so much. If you're throwing repeaters, that progressive come bet will work wonders. It's amazing how much more that wins than just pressing your bets. You'd be surprised. But if you're not throwing repeaters, you're going to be like today and just basically walk out of there with a tie. It is what it is, right? I am going, better than a loss, Dice Daddy, 100% sure. Better than a loss. Considering the choppy throwers, it's fine. I'm totally happy about that, right? All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to go get some work done. I got some more Nexus stuff to do to get ourselves ready for launch. But tomorrow morning, this time tomorrow, Nexus will be launched at Casino Quest, and we'll be doing some new stuff. So you're welcome, Dice Daddy. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys all. It's so cool to have you all here. Really appreciate everybody. And God bless y'all. See y'all in the morning, and I'm out. Bye.